Oi, 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 oi. We're winning the damn Super Bowl. Watch me, bitches. Watch me. 1 seat away. Woo! Hello, folks, and welcome to the final week of the 2023 and 2024 NFL season and my prediction picks for the regular season. I'm your host, Catherine, and you're on the Blind Canadian Cat YouTube channel. I say meow, I roll intros, this chair squeaks a lot, and we're having some fun. Now, to give credit, due to that 8-8 week, we bounced back. Well, at least straight up wise. Let me take a look at that. 12-4 straight up, so couple that with the 8-8. Gives us those 2 6s, so we used up our 6s. So in a sense of that, now there's a chance to get the 5 or 4. If we can get another 12 or 4, that'd be awesome. Last week of the season is always difficult though, because everyone's resting and you don't know. Starters back out, blah, 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 blah. Individual games, so everyone's always going to play each other tough. But 7-9 against the spread, we're losing steam on that. I'm probably not going to finish above 500. There was a lot of pushes, too, that went against us. It is what it is. And then over-unders, we're falling on that again, and now we're below 500. This shit's hard to do, because games could go either way, so it is what it is. We're going to keep it going, though. Straight up, hoping again for another 12-4 week. But you know, these games are hard to pick. But you know what? We're going to pick them anyway. So, gamers, here is my picks for the Week 18 NFL season. Starting off with our 2 Saturday games. Baltimore, as mentioned, everyone. Pittsburgh still has everything to play for. So you'd argue Pittsburgh wins. But you gotta remember, like, there are NFL rivalries. And then you got stuff like Steelers-Ravens. And with Tyler Huntley is not a scrub. He's played games before. So, like, he's done this and he's played his fair share of Pittsburgh games himself. So, like, Tyler Huntley knows. He knows. So, and again, it might be a little biased of me. And, you know, Mason Rudolph deserves a lot of credit for leading that offense, but I kind of still like Baltimore here. They're at home. Tyler Huntley knows what he's doing. And Ravens already lost to Pittsburgh, so that just team in general, doesn't matter who plays that team, we don't want to get swept by Pittsburgh. We don't. It's a pride thing, too. Even for the backups, it's a pride thing. So, I expect the Ravens to play hard and get this win, just for the sake of knocking Pittsburgh out, not getting swept by them, and, you know, pride thing. And especially for backups, maybe opportunity, maybe get them started somewhere else. But I think the Ravens are going to try. So the spread was at 3.5 at one point, which I thought you can grab that either way you lent. But I'm taking the Ravens to win anyway, so give me this 3, and I'm going to roll with it. And the other game, this might be a little biasism, might be me, you know, leaning on what I think's the better story or the better blah blah blah. And you could definitely argue that. But I really like Houston here. I think Houston subjectively is the better team. And I like where they're going. And now that they're healthy again, Nico Collins back, Cedar Stroud back, Will Anderson back, like, this offense is back a little bit. And yeah, it's hard to say with whatever, because Tennessee kind of fish flopped at the end of the season. You can say what you want about it, but I kind of like this Houston team. I like where they're going. So I like Houston here. I really do. And for those paying attention for playoff seeding, Houston and Indy, it's like 99%, I think, where winner gets in, loser gets out. I think there's like one scenario where Indy can win the division and Houston gets the 7th seed. I think, but I don't remember how the results go down. But for the sake of it, Jacksonville's more than likely beating Tennessee, which we'll get to there in a second. But Jacksonville's more than likely beating Tennessee. So this is a win or go home kind of game. And I think Houston's a better team. I'm rolling with Houston. And then there's the Sunday games. We gotta go through some nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. Saints and Falcons. I don't want to bet on the Falcons. I don't. This Falcons team pisses me off. I don't know if it's Ritter. I don't know if it's Heineke. I don't know if it's Arthur Smith. I don't know what it is, but this Falcon team pisses me off. There's no way you should have gotten blown out by the Bears like that. Yeah, the weather conditions suck. Sure. You should not have gotten beaten like that. Hell no. No, so no. Atlanta pisses me off. Get rid of all the quarterbacks. Get rid of the head coach. I don't care if you even win this. I don't care if Atlanta wins this game. Get rid of the quarterbacks. Get rid of the head coach. God, I hate this team. Chris, I don't know how you do it. Like, at least, like, Mariota, like, you knew what you were getting from Mariota. I don't know what the hell I'm getting from this team anymore. So, no, I don't want to bet on them. I don't. So, no, I'm taking New Orleans. Bengals, Browns, you can go either way. Both teams kind of don't really care about this game. Cincy's already out, Cleveland's already in the 5, and they're not going anywhere. It's like, no one cares. So, maybe Jake Brown is playing, so that way someone will sign him next year. So I'll give him benefit of the doubt for trying to win this game. But I'm not laying 7. I'm not laying 7 to 2 teams who are just kind of half-ass in this game. Cincy's ready to go home. Cleveland's ready to get ready for the playoffs. Both these teams don't care. So I wouldn't lay 7 because neither of these teams are going to put a lot of effort into this game. They're just playing it to play it. Maybe Cleveland wants to go for a sweep, but resting most of their starters, who cares? Who cares? Like I said, I'm taking Jags over the Titans. Part of me wants to take Tennessee because the Jags have been falling. And you would think, with the back of, and maybe this is more of a detriment to Carolina, but the fact that Carolina did nothing in that game, nothing against Jacksonville, with no Trevor Lawrence, like, why? How? So, yeah, Tennessee, I feel like, is also lying dead like Carolina is, so I'm taking Jacksonville. That one's going to give them the division. Is what it is. Same with Tampa. The way they shit the bed last week, you kind of want to bet against them. But Carolina, for whatever reason, not there. They're just not there. And they're done. And it really sucks for them because they would have the first overall pick, but they don't own the pick because they really think Bryce Young's that guy. And Bryce Young very well may be that guy. But good lord, this team, this franchise, I don't even know where you start. I really don't. So good luck to you, Carolina. I hope something works out your way, because, God, this is awful. Tampa Bay wins. Patriots over the Jets. Both teams suck, and the Patriots always beat the Jets. That's honestly the only reason I'm picking it. Patriots always beat the Jets. Detroit over the Vikings. Detroit's fighting for the idea that they can still get the second seed, but that will rely on both Dallas and Philly losing for them to get the 2 seed. And I don't think both lose. One could probably lose because, who knows? But, I don't think both will lose. So, Detroit's still going to play anyway. Minnesota's going to still play anyway. I like Detroit. I don't trust Minnesota. Minnesota needs a miracle to get in anyway. And beating Detroit wouldn't do them any favors. So, I'm taking Detroit. Dallas over DC. Dallas should win this game. The division is theirs if they win this game. So for the whole sake of it, they should win this game. Now, knowing Dallas the way I do, especially this year, they're not a good road team. This feels like a game they would totally shit the bed in. And lose out on the division and a 2 seed. This feels like a game they would absolutely shit the bed in. So, for the sake of it, I'm taking the plus 13.5. It was also the Sam Howell team that beat them last year when Sam Howell had never played a snap up until that point, or didn't start until that final week. So, road game, Dallas is inept one way or another. I'm taking Dallas to win, but I'm not letting them cover 13.5. I'm good. Hell, San Francisco only won by 17. So, and I still think San Fran's better than Dallas. So, if they can only get 17, you're telling me Dallas can get 14? I mean, they'll probably blow them out. I don't know. I don't want to predict the game. Fuck you. Dallas is winning. DC covers. Seattle over the Cards. I wouldn't hate you if you picked Arizona, but Seattle is desperate to win. And they'll probably get some cheeky win. Honestly, with a -3, it'll probably push. Seattle will probably only win by 3. San Fran over the Rams. Everyone's resting. Both sides. So it's kind of a who wants it. Although the Rams, I don't know why, because if Green Bay wins and the Rams lose, The Rams fall to the 7, and Green Bay goes up to the 6. Which, with the likelihood of going to Detroit, I think I would rather go there to a playoff game than go to Dallas or even Philly. If Philly somehow gets the division, I think I'd rather go to Detroit. So, like, I get that, 6 or 7, it doesn't really matter, but, like, I feel like you would want this. But Rams are resting, Niners are resting, so take your pick. I'm just gonna go with San Fran because I think they're a slightly better team, regardless who plays and who doesn't. And I think Sam Darnold's better than Carson Wentz. Not that it matters to anyone, but at this point in their careers, I'm taking Darnold over Wentz. Especially with San Francisco's team. Sorry. Eagles over the Giants, I'm glad they put the spread this low because the Eagles, well, like 4 weeks ago, probably would have been favored by 2 touchdowns in this situation. But no, Philly's still a mess, so I'll lay 5.5 because Giants are phoning in the rest of the season too. So Philly needs this win. They're going to try. They're embarrassed by Arizona, so they're going to take all their rage out on the Giants. So I think Philly wins and they'll cover. Vegas Denver, you can go either way with this game. This game is intriguing because of strength of schedule bullshit. I don't remember the teams, but one team's relying on one team's relying on the Raiders to win, one team's relying on the Denver to win. If something doesn't go their way, they need the Raiders. One team needs the Raiders to win, one team needs Denver to win. So this game is interesting for, I think, like strength of schedule bullshit or strength of victory bullshit. But I don't know. You can go either way. I'm going Raiders because I don't really care for Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham might do something worth a damn. I don't know. I doubt it. So I'm taking the Raiders. I want to give Aiden O'Connell benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt again. Or hell, you know what? You're already out. You might as well let Jimmy G play this game and see if he has anything left. Because damn, you gave him all that money. You might as well see if anything's left. I don't know. I'm going Raiders either way. Chiefs over the Chargers. Even though the Chiefs started the backups, I think they are starting Gabbert and whatnot. Like, this Chargers team's ass. They're ass. They're ass. So I'm not betting on them. I'm just not. And then the Sunday night game, Miami and Buffalo. I'm taking the Dolphins. I get the hype with Buffalo. I understand. And I get the point of wanting to laugh at Miami for who they are, especially for how last week went for them. But I don't see it in this Buffalo team. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but I don't know why it's an overwhelming favorite in the eyes of a lot of people that they're going to win this game. Can they win this game? Absolutely. But I don't see the overwhelming in it. And I kind of like Miami. I do think Miami's a better team. And maybe they got over the curse of beating bad teams by beating Dallas. Not that it means anything for Baltimore, but they were in Baltimore for that game. They're back home. It's a Sunday night game. It's your chance to prove everything, take the division, blah, blah, blah. I like Miami. Buffalo's too turnover prone, and with last week, and again, division games are division games, there's no way that game should have been that close. And I don't care what you say about the scoreboard or last minute scores or nothing. That game should have been a blowout at halftime. That was 3 picks that were thrown in the first half by Bailey Zappi? That game should have been a blowout at halftime. You're at home, blah blah blah. Didn't matter. You had to make it a close game. So no, I don't trust the Bills. They're gonna fucking scare the shit out of somebody in the wild card for sure, because I think the game's a fallen way for them to still get the wild card. But I don't trust the Bills. And yes, for the record, the way I have it set up right now, with these outcomes, if my outcomes come true, Buffalo would go back to Miami anyway for the wild card game, which Buffalo might win. And maybe Buffalo might. Well, here, like with this too, especially if brain. If Pittsburgh loses, Buffalo clinches. Buffalo will be already locked into a playoff spot if Pittsburgh loses. So honestly, if I'm Buffalo, like, do I just like, like, no, obviously you want to win, but like, if I'm already in, I'm not gonna hate losing, because if I lose, we're gonna be here in Miami for the wild card game anyway. So like, why not? Why not just try to win, but like, don't try extra hard because we'll get a second shot. Now like doesn't necessarily mean anything because you can look at Cleveland and Pittsburgh a couple of years ago. Cleveland barely escaped against the backup, and Pittsburgh like, we'll be fine, and then Cleveland fucking steamrolls them to open the game. So you could take your shots, hit or miss on that, but if Pittsburgh loses, Buffalo doesn't have as much incentive to beat. Yes, of course, you want to be the home team, and if Buffalo wins, they're probably playing Indy or Houston, so you have to be fine. And then the next game, you're hosting KC, so or Miami, or not Miami. I guess it would be more Cleveland, but whatever. Humor me, folks. Humor me. I'm going Miami though. That's all for that. No parlay of the week because don't bet on these. I'm probably just not going to do parlay of the week anymore, but I'll think about it for next year, but there's no point in that. And then the other thing I want to catch up on fantasy, give you the final results of all our winners in the 4 leagues I'm in. Ready, ladies and gentlemen? League of Assholes. Your winner is Micah, being his second championship here in the LOA. So congrats to Micah. In the Discord's Finest League, congratulations to Subleaf. Subleaf is our winner. In the Ante & Co. Individual Defensive Player League, a Dynasty League, our winner was Justin. And you know what that means for me? That means I have to fly my happy ass to Canada this summer because they're doing the draft in Canada. So I now have to buy a passport because my ass is going to Canada. God damn it. And in the Professional Dynasty League, Billy is our winner. I've brought up Billy before in the years past, so congratulations to everyone. Good job on fantasy. I wish I could actually do trophies and rings for the LOA and Discord's Finest, but it is what it is. And with that, that is all from me. Thank you all for tuning in to another lovely one of episode of these. Let's end this season on a strong note. It's the playoffs. And pray to God my team does not disappoint me in these playoffs. You guys have been way too good this year. Please, please, please make a run. I'm begging. Please make a run. That's all from me. Choose peace, accept love, and have big trust. Good night, Internet. I'll see you in the playoffs.